Welcome back to GN Sports. Time now for Give Me Five, sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Volkswagen dealers. The Bulls stayed off the court today ahead of returning to practice tomorrow. That ahead of Wednesday night's 8:30 play-in game versus Atlanta at the United Center. And joining us now to preview that matchup is Steph Noh, who now covers the NBA for the Sporting News after previously being on the Bulls beat for several years. Steph, thanks for coming on and joining us. Great preview piece for this game. And it's been one that's kind of been in the works for, about 3 months now. That's how long these teams have been in the 9th and 10th spots. But are these two teams about as unpredictable as any of the 20 that are still playing with what you're going to get out of them on any given night?
I wouldn't call them unpredictable. I mean, it's actually been 4 months, so we've been able to predict this for quite a while. Yeah, so both teams are, I would say, pretty mediocre. They can, play pretty well and beat the best of them. But yeah, we saw the Bulls lose to some pretty bad teams as well. The Pistons twice, actually. And yeah, the Hawks, been kind of limping into this matchup. They've lost, I believe, 4 in a row coming into this one. And the Bulls, obviously we know about their injuries that they've dealt with all season with Zach LaVine, Lonzo Ball, and Patrick Williams. But they've been playing a little bit better. So, that's one good thing the Bulls have going for them is they have a little bit of extra momentum here.
Yeah, and Andre Drummond's status still up in the air as well for that play-in game. The one thing the Bulls do have, Stephen, is the fact that they lead the NBA in clutch minutes, in clutch games, in clutch wins. Does that matter in an atmosphere in a 9-10 play-in tournament style game against a team like the Hawks?
Absolutely. I mean, that has been the Bulls' secret weapon to get to their 39 wins this season. I think, DeMar gets a lot of the credit, and rightfully so. He's the guy that takes the last shot in a lot of these situations. I think he's probably the favorite right now to win the NBA's Clutch Player of the Year award. But the Bulls have a lot of other really valuable pieces that have helped them just pull wins from out of nowhere. And first and foremost, I think, is Alex Caruso on the defensive end. That's going to be very important, especially against the Hawks, because they play so much through Trae Young. So just having a guy that can stop him. The Bulls actually have 2 really great options. Ayo Dosunmu has played Trae just as good as Caruso. So that's a big factor. And then, of course, Kobe White's development as the second guy on the Bulls. Kobe has hit some huge threes late in games. So I think that has been the driving force behind the Bulls kind of overachieving what you might expect from this season.
Yeah, you mentioned the defense on Trae Young, and we talk about unpredictability. It was 2 weeks ago tonight that Atlanta came in still without Trae Young before he returned from his broken finger, and they beat the Bulls anyway, the only time they beat them in those 3 matchups this season. But in the 2 previous ones, Young shot just, I think, 9 of 31 overall, 5 of 22 from three-point range. And how significant is that, especially with, I believe Jalen Johnson is still injured for Atlanta as well moving into this game on Wednesday night?
Yeah, maybe Chicago fans aren't super familiar with Jalen Johnson, but he has been an extremely important player for the Hawks. So the Bulls really dodged a bullet there. Saddiq Bey, too, has been a great defender on DeMar, and he's going to be out. He's out for the season. So also good there. And as far as, their defense on Trae, this is not something new. Trae has struggled the last couple of years against the Bulls. And again, it goes back, particularly, I think, to Ayo Dosunmu, who, for whatever reason, just clamps down Trae. And on the other end of the floor, too, we all know that Trae's not the best defender in the world. And Ayo has scored, I want to say 21 points a game this year against the Hawks. A lot of that coming against Trae. This is not a good transition defense team in the Hawks. And Ayo is one of the fastest north-south guys on the Bulls. So he has gotten a lot of these run-out baskets. I'm sure that's going to be one of the first things on the scouting report that Quinn Snyder puts for his team is do not let Ayo break behind the defense.
And whether it's the Bulls or the Hawks advancing, let's step out and look at the big picture in the East and that playoff picture. What's waiting on the other side for either this Atlanta or Chicago team? And do you have any upset ideas in the Eastern Conference in terms of playoffs? Because there may be one not too far away from here in Chicago that may get bounced after the first round.
Yeah, the Bucks are certainly a more interesting matchup in that 3-6 bracket because, I mean, if the Bulls win this game, they're going to face either Miami or the Sixers. I mean, they're going to be huge underdogs in both of those games. Obviously, last year, Miami, they knocked the Bulls out of the play-in. So that could definitely happen again. Jimmy Butler always raises his level of play in the playoffs. And then the Sixers, I mean, it's kind of random that they even ended up in this place. They were such a good team. They were in 3rd place in the East, and then they totally fell apart because Joel Embiid had meniscus surgery. Embiid is back, and he's looking about as good as he was before, which was, he was like one of the favorites for the MVP. So in that matchup, I mean, I believe he's only lost in his career once to the Bulls, maybe twice. Yeah, it would be really tough to envision the Bulls winning there. And even if they do, they're going to face the Celtics, one of the best teams that we've seen in, certainly out of the East in many years. So you would be lucky if you're the Bulls to win one game. Yeah, as far as the second part of your question, some other upsets, that 3-6 matchup that I spoke of, the Pacers have had the Bucks number throughout this regular season. They beat them in this inaugural in-season tournament to eliminate them. There's this controversy. It's kind of funny. Giannis scored a career-high 64 points. He wanted this game ball. This was a couple months ago, and the Pacers wouldn't give it to him. There was this like huge scuffle on the court about that. And yeah, also Giannis's health status is kind of up in the air. He has a strained calf, and they're not sure if he's going to start in the beginning of the series. So huge blow for the Bucks there. They've been below 500 since Doc Rivers took over that team mid-season. They started out, really well under Adrian Griffin. It looked like they were a lock to have the 2 seed. This total collapse to fall to the 3 seed. The Knicks passed them. The Knicks are 2 now. So yeah, I would say that they are on pretty shaky ground. And I'm actually picking the Pacers to advance in that series.
Yeah, scary picture, no doubt, for the Bulls or the Hawks, whoever makes it past that play-in tournament in the East. So some tough competitors. Stephen, Noah, thanks so much for joining us to talk a little NBA playoffs with us.
Yeah, it was my pleasure.